Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. All right. Welcome everybody to the call tonight. I am going to hand it over to Rod Garcia, who is going to be hosting it.
Okay. Well, thanks everyone for showing up, and it's been a while since we've actually done a call together, it seems like. But anyway, I'm very excited, and anyway, we don't want to waste a lot of time. I've already done that for y'all. But Jana, can you just kind of give us, for the people that are new, they may not know your story, but can you tell us a little about your journey and how did you become a diamond?
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to welcome everybody to the call. Just in case you're watching this later, you might not know, but my name is Jana Garcia, and this is my husband, Rod. I'm a diamond ambassador with Plexus, and Rod is a senior gold ambassador. And we are a husband and wife team. We're in the same house, but we're in different offices. And so we just came together tonight to do a call, and Rod was going to interview me and ask me a few questions about my journey. And so I'm so glad that you guys are here and that you're watching, and just hopefully that this call will help you on your business growth, and that you can get to where you want to be with Plexus, because that's what we want. We want the entire team to be where we are with this, and so we'll tell you a little bit more about that. But in case you haven't heard my story, I'll just tell you really quick. I started in April of 2013. I saw a friend of mine, Lisa, posting on Facebook about Plexus, and at the time I had never heard of Plexus, but she said something about weight loss, and she said something about health, and I wanted to be healthy and I wanted to lose weight. And so I asked her what was Plexus, and she was just a mutual friend. We didn't live close to each other or anything. She lives in New Jersey, and so I didn't know her that well, but I did know that she was very health conscious from her posts before. And so I asked her about Plexus, and she told me what it was, and I was very interested in trying the product. So I ordered a 3-day trial pack from her, and the Slim and the Accelerator, and I loved it. And I knew my husband would love it, and he needed to lose a lot more weight than I did, actually. So I really wanted to do it for him too. And so I asked her, what is the least expensive way to buy this product? Because I know how these things go, and to become a distributor, I know you can buy it for cheaper. And I was very frugal. I was a stay-at-home mom for 18 years, and I had to really stretch our budget to make ends meet and to make for us to have a comfortable life. And because I didn't want to go out and get a job, I loved staying home with my kids, and I loved being there for my kids when they got home from school. And, I just loved the freedom of being at home. So she told me, yes, that you can sign up as a distributor and get the wholesale price. Since me and Rod were both going to be on the products and I wanted to be on them long term, she said that would be a good idea for me to sign up. So I signed up, not knowing that you could make any money with this at all. Lisa had just started herself, so neither one of us knew that there was the opportunity as big as it was. So I signed up in April, and immediately my 3 sisters wanted to buy the products too, and they wanted to become distributors so that they could get the discount. So I immediately went silver. When you're silver, that's your first 3 people to sign up on your team, and you get a $100 bonus. So I got the bonus in May, and I thought, wow, I can actually make a little bit of money with this. So I started talking to people. At that point, me and Rod had both started losing weight. We both started eating better and getting healthier, using it as a tool to gain health and wellness. And so we wanted to tell our friends about it because we were really excited. So we just, we got on Facebook. I got on Facebook and started posting about Plexus and the products and how much I love them. And people really literally came to me. And once people started coming to me and buying the products, I started having a really good customer base. And so after that, I started looking into the comp plan, and I started realizing what the opportunity was for that. And for me, to be able to stay at home and make money was like a dream come true, because it offered all of the freedom that I wanted for time, and I didn't have to leave my house. And if anybody knows me well, I don't really like to leave my house. So it was perfect. It was a perfect fit for me. And I was on Facebook a lot anyway. Facebook was like my social life. I loved being on Facebook. I loved being able to connect with people online. And so I was on Facebook a lot anyway. So it fit right into what I was doing anyway. So as the months went by, I started just really jumping in and doing it full time, and I started really ranking up fast. And I wrote a little timeline down, and just so for reference, I started in April. I went gold in July. I went senior gold in August. I went ruby in, let's see, I went ruby in September. I went senior ruby in October. I went emerald in November. And I skipped a month, and then in January I went sapphire, and then in February I went diamond. So that was really, really fast. That's not the norm. It doesn't always happen that way. It rarely happens that way. It really takes, it's a lot of work to go that fast, and obviously it was worth it for me. I put in a lot of work to it. You know, it still is being done. It can be done, and it has been done. It's been done by other people, even on our team. And so I would just say, you know, I'm going to give you some tips later on ways to grow your business really fast. But at Diamond, then after you make a certain amount of pay points, then you can re-enter to go for your second Diamond. And I re-entered in September of 2014, the same year that I went Diamond in February. I re-entered in September, and I'm now Ruby on that leg. So I've rebuilt a whole another entire team after going Diamond, and now I'm Ruby. And Rod, actually during the summer when I started, Rod was really skeptical. He was supportive because he was happy that I was doing something that I love to do, but at the same time, he didn't believe I was really going to make a lot of money with it. He thought that I was spending a lot of time, you know, on the computer, which I was, and then he started seeing the checks roll in, and as the paychecks started getting bigger and bigger, and he started getting more and more supportive of it, and in October of the year that I joined, he decided to join on my team because Plexus allows spouses to join. When the first person is gold, then the spouse can sign on. And so then Rod signed on my team, and now he has a team, and he's senior gold. So the comp plan with Plexus is really amazing that you can get paid on yourself, and then you can get paid on your spouse, and then you can get paid on yourself again when you re-enter. So at this point, on the 15th of the month, we're making 3 checks in our house. And then every week we make checks on our business building bonuses. So that's my journey so far. I'm not stopping anytime soon. I don't want to stop. I'm really love what I do. I work hard, but I love doing this. I love helping other people get to where they want to be, and that's my whole goal with my Plexus journey, is to help other people. So
Okay.
that's the story.
Let me ask you this, Jana. What do you love about network marketing?
Well, before Plexus, I didn't know anything about network marketing. I had never really known anybody that had been successful with it before. So I guess I knew a few people that had done some makeup businesses that were successful, but it was never really anything that I was interested in. But after I joined Plexus and started being successful with it, I started really becoming a student of network marketing and educating myself in that. Just knowing what I've done with Plexus and what I've seen other people do, I've gone outside of that now, and I've started learning from other network marketing gurus and people at the top of companies and on network marketing boards and stuff. And to me, I love the freedom of it. That's the main thing. I love the fact that you can be a business owner, but you don't have to go and be at a store for 8 hours or 10 hours. I love that you can bring other people with you, whoever you want. I mean, it's your choice. I mean, you can bring these people on with you, and then you can teach them to do what you've done, and then you can be successful together if they want to do it with you. And so I love being able to work with your friends. I love staying at home. Network marketing, if you're not familiar with network marketing products, most of the products with network marketing are really, really, really good products, like good quality products from what I've seen before. I haven't used a lot of the health and wellness because obviously I'm with Plexus, but like the makeup companies, if you've had any experience with any of the network marketing companies, you know, they don't put their money into advertising. They put their money into their people and into their products. So most of the time, a network marketing company, they're going to have really good products. So that's what I love about network marketing, is basically the freedom of what you can do with it and how there's no cap on it. There's, that's the other thing is there, at a regular job, they tell you when you can take vacation. They tell you you have to get an okay for a sick day. You have to go on their time for raises and promotions. And with network marketing, it's all what you want to do. It's based on what you put into it. And that's what I love, because I love being successful, and I don't want anybody to tell me this is your cap. This is the most money you can make. This is the most you can do with this. I don't want to be stopped. I want to go as far and as fast as I can.
Okay. Well, the question I have also is, what do you do in your spare time?
Me? What do I do in my spare time?
Yeah. What do you do in your spare time? I can answer, but I want people to know what you do in your spare time.
Well, I do a lot of self-education on what I don't really consider it working when I'm doing self-education. Also, I spend a lot of time networking with people and socializing with people. I don't know if you consider that in your spare time either. But I mean, they're my friends. And so a lot of the time that I'm spending with my people on my team, it's not always like considered work, because we're talking about our kids, and they're my friends too. So when people ask me how much time do I spend with this, it's kind of hard to judge that, because a lot of the time it just feels like socializing. So is that where you were going with that? Besides spending time with my family, that's what I would say.
Yeah, well, I mean, because I know you don't watch TV. People probably say, "Well, Jana, what's your favorite TV show?" Well, you don't watch TV, so that's what I was leading to.
I can, since I've been doing Plexus, I used to love TV. I used to watch TV. I had certain shows that I would be sucked into, and I would watch, have to watch those shows every week. But now I can really, I mean, it's not for everyone to be like I am, but I consider the TV like an income sucking machine. That's what I've heard it called, and to me that's what it is, because I mean I could be spending that time doing other things that would help other people. I just I love helping other people. I'd rather be spending that time doing that.
Okay, there's a little bit of complaint of cutting out, so we'll just have to see what goes on. I'm going to step away for a second and ask you this question. What makes Plexus?
You were cutting out. What did you say? What makes
Plexus different?
What makes Plexus different is, and hopefully I'm not cutting out for everybody. I think Rod's going to check our internet connection. But what makes Plexus different is that most companies, you have to buy an inventory when you start up with their business, and you have to have a buy-in, like a pretty expensive buy-in process. And with Plexus, it's $34.95, and so it's pretty much affordable for just about anyone to sign up, because all you have to do is buy your product. And obviously, the number one thing that makes Plexus different is our products. And our products they work. I mean, everybody loves them. They're awesome products. They're life-changing, and that's what you have to have with a company that's going to be successful. Is you have to have integrity on the part of the corporate people. You have to have people that know what they're doing and they're spending their money wisely. And you have to have products that work. You have to have a compensation plan that works. And you have to have people that love what they do. And with Plexus, you have all those things in one company. And that's why people are so successful with it, because of all those things. So I think that's the biggest difference with Plexus. You don't have to have parties. I mean, you can have what we call sip and sees. You can have things online, and we highly suggest that you do those things, but you don't have to have the kind of parties like other companies have, where you have to have a party every week or several parties a week, where you have to invite people and people feel like they have to come and buy stuff, and they have to buy a lipstick or an eyeshadow or whatever. When you go to a Plexus event, you don't have to buy anything. All you're doing is seeing what the products do and what the opportunity is, and just really introducing people to what we're doing. That's what's different about it. That's what I love about it, is that I can do it from anywhere. I can do it from my phone. I can do it from my home computer. I can do it on vacation. I can do it at the beach. I can do it anywhere. I don't have to necessarily be in front of people. I don't have to go door to door. I don't have to sell it. All I have to do is share it with people that I love.
Sounds a little better, so thanks anyway. Jana, can you tell us what makes our team so successful? Why would somebody want to join our team or join someone on our team? What makes ours different?
Well, I think the culture of our team is what makes it so special. You know, I've been told by lots of people that, you know, our team is amazing, and it is. You know, we pray for each other. We have support for each other. It's like a big family. You know, I realize I post stuff sometimes. People ask for prayer requests, and you know, we realize there's almost 6,000 people in our team group. We realize that not everybody is Christians on our team, and that's okay. But you know, for us, it's partially our ministry what we do on our team, and so you know, we post sometimes about Christ, and you know, all we really want to do is let people know that, you know, we love the Lord, and you know, that hopefully doesn't offend anybody, but you know, that's part of our ministry, and we just want to show God's love to other people, and that's what we want people to see in us is God's love. But the culture of our team is like a family. You know, it's just like, we're supportive. You can find help, even if a leader is not your leader, it's another leader on a different leg. You know, they're willing to help. There's, you know, it's just positive. It's a positive environment. I love our team. I think, you know, it doesn't matter how big it gets, it still feels like a family.
Thank you. Hey, Jana, what's some of the first things that someone should do when they join?
The first thing,
People probably think these are canned questions, but these questions are real important because in our type of business, we're always educating new people. So that's why I'm kind of asking these old questions. But what are the first things that a person should be doing when they join?
right. Well, and you told me these questions beforehand, so you know, I made myself some notes, because you're right. These are questions that people need to know right off the bat. And so what I wrote is that the first thing they need to do is make sure they're in the Training 101 group. That is a group that I created. It's a group just for reading. Our Rockin' Team group is obviously it's for asking questions. It's for getting encouragement and support, and you know, being active in there is amazing. It's being part of the team, and you can get answers to lots of questions. But the Training 101 group is just basically, I created that 7 paragraphs of things that I wish that I would have known when I started. And so I compiled, you know, 7 paragraphs all about things to do when you first get started, because that's where I would start out. If I'm training somebody, that's what I go through. I use the Training 101, and I go through all 7 posts and make sure that person knows everything in that group, and that I'm, you know, touching on each thing. The other thing is that I created is a video group called Rockin' Training Videos. And in that group, I just basically posted the best videos that I could find on YouTube. You know, there's hundreds and hundreds of videos on YouTube that are all about the comp plan, customer service, back office, and, you know, whatever you can possibly imagine, you know, YouTubing, you can find. But I found the ones that I thought were the best on that particular subject. So I have the comp plan video, the newest one that the Plexus put out, that I think is really great. I would tell somebody to watch that first, watch the comp plan video, watch the product video. Both of those are in that group. There's also a video that me and Sarah Lewis did last year, and I just watched it the other day, and it's still really, really good. Applies to just starting out now, and it's a call that's called Getting Started with Plexus, and I would have somebody watch that. I would have somebody start watching all the videos that they can watch. I would tell them to be on as many calls as that they could be on, and I would also have them do a 3-way call with their sponsor and their sponsor's sponsor, if possible, and somebody in their upline that they can get a good introduction to Plexus with. and so that they can figure out what they need to do.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. What's the first thing to do when you sign someone up? What's the first step?
When I sign somebody up, I make sure that they're in the Training 101 group. I make sure they're in the Rockin' group. I make a nice little welcome sign for them to welcome them into the group. Everyone loves to be welcomed in. I highly encourage everyone to go welcome people when they see a welcome or when they see a promotion, to go congratulate. That's what creates the culture of our team. I would make sure they're in the Rocking training video group. I would make sure that they're in a chat with me and with my their upline. So like I would make sure that they're in a chat with me and one other person, to make sure that they could get a good introduction and have a contact of somebody other than me that they could go to for support. And I would well, I go through steps of things that I do with new people, and I try to get them on the phone if I can. If not, I'll do it through a Zoom call or training, private messaging, whatever they feel comfortable with. But if I can get them on the phone, I just go through a short thing and ask them, why they signed up with Plexus. Did they sign up just for the discount? Did they sign up to get their products paid for? What are their goals? What would they like to do with it? If I know they signed up for the business, I will ask them, what are your goals? What would you like to do with this? Would you like to get your products paid for? Would you like to make a certain amount of money? Would you like to go to Hawaii? Would you like a Lexus? What is it that you would like to do with this? And then I base my training based on what they tell me. If they tell me they want to go all the way with Plexus, then I'll ask them, okay, well, what is a realistic time frame that you'd like to get there? If they say as fast as possible, I'll say, okay, well then what is a realistic amount of time that you're willing to put forth each day to make that happen? And you have to tell people, you be realistic with it. If they want to go as fast as they can and get to the top as fast as they can, but they want to do it in 15 minutes a day, it's going to take a little bit longer. So based on what they tell me how much they want, if somebody's saying, well, I'm not really sure what I want to do yet. It'd be nice to pay for my products, but I don't have a whole lot of time. I work, or I have little kids, or I'm not really willing to put that much time into it. Then I will just tell them, okay, well then let's start out with making some work hours for you. If you want to work 30 minutes a day, let's figure out what time of day is the best time to do that. That way, every day you're doing something during that time, and then I'll go through the steps of things they should do in that time frame to make their work activity or their time the most valuable for them. So I make sure they're in groups basically, and then I educate them on what they need to know. If somebody's just signing up for the discount, you don't want to give them too much information because they're not ready for it yet. You just want to tell them, okay, well, that's perfectly fine, but I am going to put you in our big team group. So in case you have questions about the products, or in case you have, you decide you want to make money with it, you'll be in the group, and that way, you're already in there. But I add everyone to the Rockin' group, even if they say they just want to sign up for the discount. I add them anyway, because I signed up for the discount. If people don't know what they can do with it, that they're not ever going to know that they can be successful with it. So you want them in a group where they can see that people are succeeding with the business.
What if somebody gets discouraged? I mean, they do all the things you say, and then something discourages them. What should they do?
Well, it's normal to get discouraged. It happens to everyone. It happens to me. Sometimes you just feel like, you've been working and nothing's happening. But the cure for discouragement is activity. So I would say, move on self-improvement. We have always talk about books and calls, and I post motivating things all the time in the Rockin' group. I would say that go in the Rockin' group and do a search in the search bar. Anything that you want to look for, you use that search, the little magnifying glass or the search bar, use that to your advantage. If you're looking for a particular thing, if you're looking for self-growth books, type in books and you'll be able to see, the books that people recommend. We always have posts on books. I would read, I would watch videos, I would reach out to people, I reach out to your upline and talk to them, but make sure you're active. If you get discouraged and you don't do anything, then you're never going to get past that. But you can get past that by being active. You can motivate yourself by watching videos. That's all I have to do. I just go watch some diamond documentaries. And if you don't know what a diamond documentary is, all the diamonds that were with the company, they do documentaries on them. They're like 8 minutes long. There's probably like 80 diamonds now. Not all of us have diamond documentaries yet, because some of them they haven't got to yet. But there's a lot of them out there. And if you go on YouTube and search diamond documentaries with Plexus, you'll find them all. Just watch them. They're really short. They're great to send to people. If you watch one and you think, oh, that reminds me of my friend Angela, send that to her and say, watch this. They're so motivating. They just talk about how that person got started. They're all different. You might see a stay-at-home mom. You might see a nurse. You might see a business owner. You might see a teacher. You might see a husband, a dad, a corporate person. You're just going to see every kind of personality, every kind of personality type, every kind of career, every age range, and they're very motivating to watch. So if you get discouraged, go watch diamond documentaries. I have one. If you search my name, you can go watch that. It just tells how the person got started and kind of tips on their success and why they love what they do, and they're super motivating. I would definitely watch those.
Okay, Jana, I've been senior gold for quite a while, it seems, and I'm very close to Ruby, and I feel like I'm stuck. What would you do if a person feels stuck?
If a person feels stuck, the first thing I would do is I would ask them, how many people have they reached out to in the last week? So I would ask you, Rod, how many people have you reached out to? Have you made your list of 100 people that you contact? Pull out your phone and go to your contact list on your phone and write down every person that comes up in 60 seconds. Write down as many people as you can find on your contact list that are not Plexus people. And I bet you would find more than 100 that you could put on your list. And then you narrow that down to the top, 5 or 10 of people that you would love to have on your team. And you reach out to them. You start building a relationship. It's about relationship, really. That's what I was going to say earlier. The first things to do also is start posting. I would ask you, how often are you posting on your regular wall? When people tell me they're stuck, one of the first things I do is go to their Facebook wall, and I start scrolling, and I look and I see, how long does it take me to figure out that person does Plexus? How much does that person love the products? If somebody were to go to your Facebook wall right now, would they say, oh, wow, this is a Plexus person, and she or he loves the products, and they are fun, and they are passionate, and I want to join them because they love people? That's what I want people to say about your Facebook when they go to it. You need to post other stuff too. You don't need to just be about Plexus. You need to be about your family. You need to be about your faith. Whatever it is that you were doing before Plexus, continue to do, but do it really regularly. And you be a force on Facebook. You be somebody that's active, and you be somebody that's passionate, and you be somebody that the people want to join. And so when people are discouraged, I'll go to their Facebook wall and I'll say, how long does it take me to find out that you love these products? How long? When we open up our Plexus business, it's like a franchise. We're opening up a franchise, and to have a franchise, you got to move products. So are you moving products? Are you having customers? Are you reaching out and getting customers? The next thing I would say is, let me see your calendar. Do you have a calendar? Do you have stuff written down on your calendar? How many people are you meeting with this week? How many people have you reached out to? How many Zoom calls did you have with your team this week? Even if you have 1 or 2 people, have a Zoom call. Have a Zoom call once a week. I know, stepping on your toes, Rod, but how many calls are you going to calls? Are you going to events? Let me see your calendar.
Thanks. I guess if you want to know, you got to ask the questions, but thanks. That's true. I mean, I can look at my calendar and I don't have it filled. I need to fill it.
Oh, and that would be my number 1 tip. If you are stuck and discouraged, be brave and go to your sponsor or your nearest upline that is successful and ask them, please be honest with me and tell me, why am I stuck? because more than likely they know why you're stuck. And so be brave and be open to change. When they tell you what it is you need to do, you have to be coachable. Oh, that's my number one tip. You have to be coachable. You have to do what it takes to be successful if that's what you want.
That's the hard truth. Okay, now if somebody wants to rank up very fast and they want to make this a full-time career, what are the steps? What's the secret?
Okay, if somebody wants to if you're on this call, more than likely, you're wanting to go to the next level with your business. You're wanting to do this, if not full time, you're wanting to do it a lot and try to get there. You're trying to be successful. So that's who I'm talking to right now. The people that really want to take their business fast and they want to do it up. Connect yourself on Facebook. I cannot stress that enough. Whether you're in a customer group, I'm talking to the people. If you're in this position, then you've already watched all the videos in the training video group. You've already read all the posts on the Training 101. You're very active in the Rocking group and you read everything that's posted in there. If that's you, then that's who I'm talking to. Okay, so you already know all this. You already probably have a customer group and you're already on Facebook. You need to be adding Facebook friends constantly. Go to your suggested friends, add like 5 a day. If you have mutual friends with that person, they probably will accept you. Don't get put in Facebook jail. You don't want to be requesting 20, 30 people a day. But go do 5 a day. Regularly add to your Facebook list. Go join some groups that you're interested in and start making yourself known in those groups. You don't have to post Plexus in those groups, but you're making friends. Everywhere you go, you're just making friends. You want to connect with people on a level. It doesn't even have to be about Plexus, but you want to build relationships with people. That's your sole focus, is to get people into your circle. Okay. Once they're in your circle, you ask yourself, how can I benefit this person? What can I do to show this person freedom? What is it? I mean, for me, my why is about creating freedom for myself, creating freedom for my family, and helping other people have freedom. Okay, so when I look at somebody and I'm building a relationship with them, I'm thinking to myself, what can I do to make their life more free? What can I do? How can I help them get to that point? Because I know what it feels like to be free, and I know what it feels like to not be free, and it is like the best thing ever to be free, to be free with your time, to be free with giving, to be free with your money, to be free, just be free. And so that's what I'm constantly thinking. What can I do to help this person be free? So if you're constantly loving people and you're being positive and you're being passionate and you're, the number one thing is consistency. It's consistency with all these things. So being consistent, taking your products. If you're new and you haven't tried all the products, try a new product every month. You may not be able to afford to try all the products at once. It's probably better not to anyway. It's probably better to slowly progress with the products, and then that way you can see what it's doing for you, what each product is doing different for you. I started my products differently, and I know what the ProBio 5 does for me. It's helped my allergies. The BioCleanse has helped my IBS. I mean, I can tell you what each product, the X Factor, I could definitely tell energy with that. So try a new product every month so that you'll know what the products do, and also that you'll have a personal testimony, so that's what you need to be sharing on Facebook, is your personal testimony, what the products are doing for you. Increasing your circle, increasing your Facebook friends, increasing the people that you see on a daily basis, whether you're joining yoga or a preschool group or a mom's group or whatever it is, the PTA, increasing your circle and building relationships from there. People want to buy health and wellness products from people that they trust. Okay, so you're not going to be cold calling people that you don't know. You're going to be building relationships with people, and naturally it's going to happen, because they're going to find out what you do for a living and they already trust you. And when they say, what do you do? Oh, I do Plexus, and then slowly, gradually get into that and drip on them and show them what this life is all about, how our products can help with that, with their issues, whatever it is that they have. But I would say Facebook was my way that I created. Probably 99% of my business was created on Facebook. So obviously that's what I believe in. That's what I love. And so I would say create your presence on Facebook hugely and be positive and passionate. Once you get a team and you have a team, connect them to each other. Relationships are what build this business. It's what people stay for. And getting people to be successful right away. So teaching them, duplicating what you're doing, duplicating what your sponsor and your upline's doing, and you can learn all that on calls and in groups and all the things that we do on all the videos and stuff. You can learn how to make yourself duplicatable. But create a chat. When you have 2 people on your team, create a chat between you and those 2 people. Foster that friendship between each other and get them, to start interacting with each other on Facebook and on their page and in the private message so that they can network with each other. It's all about networking. It's learning from each other. And so I just wrote a few tips. If you really wanted to go all in, go to calls, go to events, anything in your area that you can go to, network with other Plexus people in your area, even if they're not on your team or on your downline. It's always motivating to be around other Plexus people. So if you have an opportunity to go to any event, always go to those things. Register for convention. It's in June and it's amazing. It's going to be in Las Vegas and you are not going to want to miss it. If you want to take your business to the next level, I highly recommend that you go to convention. It is so good for your business. So make sure that you register for convention. It's going to be really, really fun. You'll get to meet all kinds of people and it will start your career off and build you from whatever level you're at. You will want to take it to the next level after convention. Be on calls. Let's see, write your goals down. You should always write your goals down. If you write the goals down, you're much more likely to attain those goals if you write them down. Write your why down. Why are you doing this business? What is it? And go deep into that. Don't just say, oh, because I want to be, debt free. Well, what do you want to do when you're debt free? Where do you want to go? You want to go on vacation? You want your kids to go to college, all paid for? How's that going to feel when you get free? How's that going to feel when you're debt free? How's it going to feel to be able to give to the charity that you want to give to? Picture yourself there. Picture yourself at that vacation. Picture yourself free. And set your work hours. For sure, set work hours, because a lot of times if you're not all in and you're not doing this full time all the time, then you need to make sure you're setting work hours so that you're making sure you are working every single day, however amount of time that you're committing to put into it. If you're putting in an hour and you can do it from 3 to 4, write it in your calendar. I'm working on Thursday from 3 to 4. On Friday, I'm working from 1 to 2. Whatever it is that you want to work your business that day, write it. Use your calendar. That's another thing I would say. Get a planning calendar and write down everything. Write down your customers, write down what they've taken, what they've bought, when you've reached out to them last. Follow up is huge, huge, huge. Make sure that you are following up with your people. It takes more than one time usually for somebody to hear about something before they actually take action. It takes 5 to 6 times. So if somebody tells you no, that's okay. Go back again later and say, are you ready now? I'm ready for you to start. There's people that I have followed up with 5 and 6, 8 times until they tell me don't ask me anymore. If I feel like they'd be great at this and they would benefit from it, then I still keep going after them and I will follow up with them because I already have a relationship with them. They already trust me, so I'm going to make sure that they have the opportunity to do this. They know it's for real, and they see that by me posting. Like I said, consistency of being passionate and positive. Just loving people is so huge. Just, making sure that people, when they are around you or when they're seeing you on Facebook, that they see a motivated person that wants to succeed and wants to benefit other people while doing it. You got to unmute yourself.
Yeah, I know, but I have children in here, so. Hey, I'm going to ask you another question. It has to do with me. How important is spousal support? I mean, to get your husband or wife on board, how important is that, and what role can they play if they do?
Well, obviously, it's going to be really important to have them on board, but it's completely normal for them to not be interested at first. They may have seen you do other things before and not succeed at it. They may be very skeptical. They may not think that it's going to work out. Most people don't think it's going to work out at first. They don't know anything about it. But I would say, show them what you can do. And most likely they're going to get on board when they start seeing you succeed. And most people, when they see success, especially men, I mean, if we're talking about husbands here, which is most of the time, obviously, what we're talking about is unsupportive husbands, men need to see the money. I mean, it's kind of black and white for them. And I would just say, go for it and show them what you can do. Show them that you're gonna succeed at this, and ask them, tell them, I still plan on putting our family first. I still plan on putting you first. But would you agree to be supportive of me if I wanted to work, these specific hours on these specific days? If you're just starting out and maybe they're not supportive because they haven't seen you succeed yet, then negotiate. Negotiate with your kids. If your kids are giving you a hard time, say, let's make a goal. Let's make a goal. If I can get to this particular level by however long it takes you, to get to that level, we're going to go to Disney World. Or we're going to, it can be simple as, if you let mama have, this amount of work hours a week, let's go for ice cream on Friday. If you start talking about things that they'll benefit from the business, they'll be a lot more supportive if they know that there's something in it for them. So, I would just negotiate. If you read the Eric Worre, I love Eric Worre. He's like my hero. I just really love him a lot. And so I follow all his stuff. He wrote GoPro, which is what I always recommend for people to start out reading if they've never been introduced to network marketing at all. Hey, girl. That's what I recommend that they read first. And I follow him, and I follow everything he does. I watch his periscopes. I watch his videos. I get his emails and all that. And that's what he says to do in his book. He's like, just negotiate with your family. Tell them, I might have to work this many hours this week, but this is how you're going to be rewarded for that.
Yeah, I just bribed the kids with some ice cream after this call, so.
Our kids already get it.
Yeah. Hey, there was one question that was posted on the Rockin' group under the meeting, and Elaine Parks, hopefully she's still on the call, but she was saying, I was wondering if you could ask her what was a turning point was in her business, and was there something that she did that really made it take off? What would be her best advice for starting out as a new ambassador? What steps should we consider taking in order to be as successful as we can be? And anyway.
Well, I think I already answered a lot of those questions. I guess the turning point for me was going silver, because I really didn't understand or really know much about it before that. And when I got the check for $100, I thought, well, I've never made $100 that easy before in my life. So that's when I started looking into going further with it. I think that people a lot of times get stuck at silver. For most people, silver is pretty attainable, because you think of the first 3 people that come to your mind that's what I always tell people when I sign somebody on. I think about the first 3 people that come to your mind if you were going to start a regular business with a store, or you were going to invest with somebody in something. Who would be the first 3 people that will come to your mind that aren't with Plexus already? And I tell them to go talk to them. They're your closest people. That's your hot market. Go talk to them. Going silver usually is the easiest thing for people, because they're comfortable talking to those first people about it. And I think that what happens after silver a lot of times is people get discouraged, because maybe they've signed up 4 or 5 people and they feel like their contact base is already, they've already went through their hot market. Maybe that's all the people that are the closest to them. But I think that at that point, you should try to go silver as fast as you can. But at that point, you should start just trying to get customers. Start growing your customer base. Go silver. Have those people go silver as quick as they can, and give them all the tools they need to go silver. And then start building your customer base, and then have them do the same thing. And so then I tell people each month, go silver each month, get 3 new people, and then try to get 3 new preferred customers each month. And then your product volume's going up, you're getting a good check, your people that you've signed on, your 3 people, hopefully they've gone silver and they're getting a good check, and you're duplicating down the line, and you're trying to, your first goal, even if somebody signs up for just the discount, usually they know 3 people that would also benefit from the products, and they can sign up for the discount. So, most of the time it's pretty easy for somebody to find 3 people. So if you're duplicating just that alone, your team's going to grow really, really, really fast. But you have to connect these people to each other. You have to create that team culture for your own team. The Rockin' team is amazingly successful, and it's such a huge benefit that we have that, and everyone should stay plugged into that. But then they need to create their own culture as their own team grows. And that's what's really important to know, is that that's what we're creating, generations of people to go out and do it for themselves with their own groups. So creating their own culture on their team and teaching them to do the same things. Go out and get silver. Go out and get 3 preferred customers every month. If you're doing that and your team is doing that, you're going to grow really, really, really fast. And so I know that this company is growing like crazy. February had the highest sales, I think like $40 million. $1.5 million of that was just our own team. So our own team, you can see the promotions in the Rockin' Group. This is highly attainable. That's what keeps me going on this so strongly, is that I'm seeing promotions everywhere I turn on our team. There's a Jewels page that's run by the leaders in Plexus, and oh my gosh, there were so many promotions this month. I mean, my head's spinning with the amount of emeralds and sapphires and diamonds that are being announced in there. So it's still happening. I went diamond 2 years ago, but people are still going diamond, some of them in 10 months as well. So it's still happening. It still can be done. It's just how you're getting there. Are you duplicating? Are you being coachable? Are you doing the things that we're recommending that you're doing? Are you putting yourself all in? You can go really fast with this, but it's about movement. It's about momentum. If you go silver your first month, and then you get those people to go silver, your team all automatically has momentum. Everyone wanting to go silver. Everyone's seeing everyone else go silver. Then everyone's going gold at the same time. Look, everyone's going gold. You go to the Rockin' Group and you feel the momentum. You just want to be successful. So create that momentum, I would say, is the main thing if you want to go fast, and make it all about relationships. If you're constantly thinking, how can I make my team more successful? What can I do? I've just went silver. I have 3 people that signed on. What can I do to help them go gold? If I help them go gold, I'm going to go senior gold, and their lives are going to be so much more free because of it. I mean, why would you not want to do that? You're helping so many people in this process.
Well, Jan, I don't see any more questions, but I think we did a great job of answering a lot of people's common questions. But I always think that people always ask, like, what's the magic word, or what is it you actually do? But it involves some hard work. I mean, it involves planning, right? It involves planning. It involves duplicating success. And I think just by watching what you do on a daily basis, I mean, you're talking to people that are successful. You're connecting with people in your team and connecting them with other people. And then you're kind of like an encourager. You're talking to people that need to be encouraged. And so as leaders, that's what we have to do. I mean, we have to, help those that do fall and they are discouraged. But it's an ongoing process, but the rewards are tremendous. And I thank you for your hard work, girl.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about pouring into people, really. It's being there for people when they need you. It's creating relationships and pouring into those relationships on a daily basis. You know, people want encouragement, people want motivation, people want a friend. I mean, people just want friends. People want relationships. And that's what this is all about. It's about giving them the relationships to make them want to be more successful so that they can have more relationships. It's a beautiful cycle, really.
And with the culture of Plexus and for the amount of time that we've been in this here, and we created that, you creating this team, you get to know people on a very personal basis, and you get to love them, and you get to know their families and their children. And there's so many people, I can't tell you how many, and there's just so many people that we meet during conventions and leaders retreat and just meetings in general, that you want to help them become successful. You want them to have what you have. So I'm sure they thank you for what you do. I thank you for what you do. But it's just, it's a people business. And I think I myself, I used to have a lot of strong conservative views, and I've always used to rant about politics. But I think Plexus has softened me in the way that I tend to see people in a different way, in that it's not just about politics or the things that are important to me. I want to see what somebody else's point of view is, and I can agree to disagree, and I can still love them. That's the whole thing. I can still love that person, and there's people on this team that I'm surprised that we're close friends, but we are, and it's just because of the culture. And I really have to think that the way Plexus has done this, and the people involved, it's such a blessing to be involved.
Yeah, for me too. I mean, for me, it's just all about loving people, and seeing your friends get successful is like the best thing ever. Like, it's so exciting to see your friends get promotions and get paychecks and get a little freedom in their financial life, as well as seeing their health improve. It's a great place to be. I mean, it's so fun. I mean, it's like I said earlier, it's really all about showing God's love to other people. All right. Well, I think
That's
all.
about it.
So we really appreciate you guys coming on the call. Hopefully that you learned some things, and it was recorded so that you guys can watch it again. And I know I talk really fast and I give lots of information. And so if you want to watch it again and take notes, whatever you want to do is great. But we will see you guys in the Rockin' Group. And thank you, Rod, for interviewing me and hosting the call. I really appreciate it. And I thank you all for coming on the call. And I'm excited to see where April and May are going to take us, because I think we're going to see huge promotions on our team in the next few months.
And Jana, there's one light question that came in if you want to answer it.
Okay.
It's from Ashley Bluford. She said, how do you build your business when your ambassadors just duplicate? If you're giving tip after tip and they just don't follow suit?
Then you go out and get people that do. That's the thing. I love Erin O'Keefe. She's a diamond on our team. We laugh all the time because we always say Erin's solution for every problem is to sign level ones. Anything that happens, she says, somebody didn't get their products, go sign some level ones. If somebody, the shipping time was slow, go sign some level ones. It cures everything. It really does.
Right.
So that's what we say to each other now if somebody has a problem. But I mean, the thing about it is it's activity. I mean, there are people out there that want this business. There are people out there that want to be successful. And it's a matter of finding those people. They're not hard to find. It's just a matter of letting people know what you're doing and finding the people that want to do it. The people that aren't doing it right now, maybe they just need time. Maybe they need to see some people that are doing it. So, lots of times people tell me their team's not moving. And I'll go back to what I asked Rod earlier. How many people have you sponsored? How many people have you talked to this week? Are you showing your team what you're doing? I mean, the speed of the team is usually the speed of the leader. So go back and see what you're doing. Are you recruiting people? If you're constantly sponsoring people onto your team, then your team's going to do the same eventually. You just got to keep on doing that. And so if the people on your team aren't doing anything, go find people that will. They're usually 20% of the people want to work and 80% of the people just, want to be in for the party. I always say, love the 80%, but pour into the 20%, and then the 80% will come around later.
Exactly. And I was going to say that, you don't want to give up on those people, because I think eventually, some of these people, they have to see other people succeed. And when they start seeing their own friends passing them up because they're succeeding,
yeah,
they're going to start getting serious about it. We've seen it happen so many times.
Yeah, and somebody's asking, how do you feel? Thank you for the compliment, Heather. I appreciate that, and I'm excited to meet you as well at convention. People went out, signed up for wholesale prices. That's why I signed up. So if you talk to, a room full of jewels, 95% of them signed up just for the discount. So you definitely don't want to rule those people out. Make sure that they know they're not going to get the 60-day money back guarantee. That is the one big difference. You, as an ambassador, you don't get that. So if the refund is important to them, if they're not for sure they're going to like the products, then they need to know up front that they're not going to get that discount. That refund, if they so choose. But I usually, I'll ask somebody, I'll tell them that that's one of the ways to buy is at the wholesale price. But I will make sure that they want to be in it long term, and they're going to be ordering over $100 in products. You don't want somebody on a wholesale product. You don't want them as a wholesale ambassador if all they're buying is the slim, or if all they're buying is less than $100, because you might as